Welcome to the Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, and today we are being presented by Ledyard Bank and Wealth Management, serving the Dartmouth-Lake Sunapee region and New Hampshire's capital area. I'll be joined by Kim Lebron, Ledyard Bank's Chief Lending Officer, and learn about their offerings. Katharine Nevins from MainStreet BookEnds will give us a few titles that might fit into someone's stocking. Kyle Matzke of Ragged Mountain Resort will give us a mountain preview. And we'll close with Pastor Charles Glidewell giving us a reflection on Thanksgiving. But first, these messages from a good local business that is helping underwrite today's show. Remember, during this holiday season, buying local is an important way to sustain the communities and programs we all love.
The American Red Cross blood supply is at historically low levels this winter, and we're facing a dangerous situation. Hospitals and patients are counting on donors to get the blood they need. Make a life-saving appointment today. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, coming to you from Ledyard Bank here in Hanover. We seem to visit them every time this year, and it's a great way to wrap up the season. And I'm now joined by Kim Lebron, who's the Chief Lending Officer here. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Congratulations on a new position here.
Thank you.
Give us a little rundown of your position now at Ledyard and your experience.
Hi. I am new to the area, as mentioned, 3 months.
Wonderful.
Actually, in November 7th, I relocated from Connecticut, and I come with about 30 years of experience on the commercial and residential lending platforms.
Amazing. So moving into commercial and residential lending for Ledyard, what is your plan for the department here?
Oh, I am so excited to be here.
Good.
This bank has so many opportunities, very forward-thinking executive team, which I think could play out very well on the lending side. So we are really looking at our competition, looking to see what products they offer, see what we can do better, also looking to see where we can enhance our products, which I think there's lots of opportunities there. Just from expanding our HELOCs and giving alternatives for people to be able to access their funds there, looking at an investment HELOC program, looking at a first-time home buyer program. The bank does have this phenomenal manufactured home program, so really getting the word out there.
Oh, amazing.
Down from what I understand in this area that, with the housing crisis, that, manufactured homes have really become the new starter home for people.
Sure.
And so getting these first-time home buyer program out there to help them get into their first home, either it be a single family or a manufactured home.
Amazing. That's wonderful. And what makes Ledyard stand out amongst the rest?
I think, again, it's still a small organization, local decision making. Josephine, our president, is very involved in the day-to-day operations, so to be able to make quick decisions and to be able to go to the CFO, to the loan committee, to the board of directors, I think that really gives us a leg up from the competition, is to be able to turn things around quickly because we're all here and we communicate on a daily basis.
And how great when you can walk down the hall and talk to a coworker. How
Yes,
convenient is
yes.
that? What sets Ledyard's business lending apart from others?
So right now, a big focus is trying to get, again, funding out to our small businesses quicker. So we're looking into a credit scoring process and a online loan application, which will to help small business owners. As we know, a lot of the small business owners are working during the day. They don't have the time to leave their business to come and sit down with a banker and provide financial statements. So being able to provide a online application to assist them in getting funding quicker. We have actually also moved into a lot of what we call electronic closings. So that way, again, trying to make it easy for a small business owner to be able to do it from home and then have a conversation with our lenders the next day or via chat or via emails. So it's really been a good focus for us.
So convenient for somebody. Yes.
Yes. And it's very important nowadays.
Oh, definitely. So tell us about the loan program.
So right now, Ledyard is in a position where it is has the resources to lend. As many businesses have noticed, there's a lot of their local banks are pulling back or tightening up their funding, and this is not happening at Ledyard. And so I would invite any business owner to come talk to us because we do have some, again, great programs and funding sources.
Amazing. So you're fairly new to Ledyard, as we talked about,
Yes.
and you have some open jobs here at Ledyard that people could join the team.
Yes, and it's, again, exciting because we are growing a team. We have a great team in place now, but we have positions open. So if anybody is really looking to join an organization that I feel is forward-thinking, we are so open to creative thinking, new ideas. So yes, if there's anybody out there on the residential or commercial backgrounds, we would love to talk to them.
Wonderful. I hope people take you up on that.
So do I.
Well, Kim, congratulations on this new position, and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
When we return, Katharine Nevins from MainStreet BookEnds will join us with a rundown of some great books that would make mighty fine gifts. Please don't touch that clicker while we introduce you to another one of our great underwriters.
This program is supported by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications.
Can I go to the sleepover?
I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Welcome back to the Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel. Let's now head down to MainStreet BookEnds in Warner to hear about some of the great gift-giving ideas. Hi, Katharine.
Thank you, Abby. Welcome back to MainStreet BookEnds. And I wanted to talk about how this is certainly the holiday season. It's coming fast and furious, and we have a lot of things going on here. We welcome everyone to come. We are doing some extended holiday hours, so on Saturdays we're going to be open from 10 till 6. Extended hours there, right on through till Christmas Eve, and Christmas Eve will be open. But on December 2nd is the big Warner hometown holiday that we're all very excited about. And down in our gallery, we're going to be featuring 3 of our local authors who are all very well known, and it's very fun to have them with us. We're going to have David Elliott. He's certainly here in Warner, many children's books. This is his latest called At the Polls. He writes in verse in children's books, gorgeously illustrated books. And it's all of this series of books have all been about different aspects of nature on the farm, at the sea, in the air, so many ways to introduce different aspects of nature. And this latest one is At the Polls. So he will be in the gallery from 10 a.m. till noon on Saturday, December 2nd, with all of his books. So come on by and meet him. He'll be fun. And then from noon until 2 o'clock, we're going to have Jack Noon. And Jack Noon's latest book is this New Hampshire Fish and Game, a history, which has been a bestseller for us. This is a big deal. He's got the complete history of New Hampshire Fish and Game in here, and he is a local historian, but he knows the history of New Hampshire forward and backward, and he's written many books. So he's always fun to talk with, and he'll be down in the gallery from noon till 2 on that Saturday. And then from 2 to 4, we have Matt Forrest Essenwine, and he's also Warner, and this is his latest book, The Thing to Remember About Stargazing. Sweet introduction to just going out and taking a deep breath and enjoying how beautiful the stars are, and just taking that all in. And he'll be there with all of his children's books. He has many. So come on down to the gallery and see these 3 wonderful artists. They'll be spaced out during the day, so you can come and go and see each one of them if you wish. The gallery is a place we're very excited about. We've been here for 25 years, and those 25 years we have tried to showcase our local artists. And we have 40 artists that are showcased right now. They're all local. We have some new ones that have come in just recently, and of course we have some standards who have been here all 25 years with us. I think you'll really enjoy the gallery. There's a little bit of everything down there. There's jewelry, there's pottery, there are paintings, there are prints, woodwork, wood spoons, Lots of things down there for you to enjoy. And then, of course, we really feature toys and games, particularly during this time period. We have lots and lots of that going on. We have lots of children's books. That's one of our strengths, is children's books. And then we're here for all the regular books that you can imagine for the holidays. I was just going to very briefly tell you about my 3 favorite picks. I'm going to tell you about my middle grade level favorite pick. This is from Audie Rule, Nell and the Nether Beast. Very fun. If you've got a child who's, say, 9 to 12 and wants lovely fantasy and a mystery and a whodunit, this is very, very fun. And Audie Rule is one of our local favorites. She grew up here in New Hampshire. So this is a fun one. My favorite fiction is this series from Iona Wishow, and she's a Canadian writer. This is a wonderful, wonderful mystery series. There are 8 in the series. This is the first one, A Killer in King's Cove. Talk about getting lost in a mystery series. This is like getting lost in Louise Penny. I really love this series. So if you want to get lost during the holidays, and a lot of us do, think about this. This is a wonderful, wonderful mystery series. And then my favorite nonfiction of the year is The Long Field by Pamela Petro. Pamela Petro is a professor at Smith, but she's gone back and forth to Wales ever since she was a college student. And she started a writing institute in Wales. She talks about a concept that we don't have a word for in English. And it's just so interesting. The word is hiraeth. And it's being aware of the absence of something very significant in your life. And that longing. Sometimes it gets translated into homesickness, but that doesn't quite touch it. So in a series of essays about her own personal life, she talks about how hiraeth has worked to help her understand different pieces of her life. I loved this book. So this is a memoir. There's a lot going on there. So if you want more information, you can always go to our website. We're on Facebook, and you can call us, you can email us, and let us know how we can make the holidays maybe a little bit easier for you. And we're here. And we always like to end our visit, when you visit us here in Warner, we always want to end with a line from my brother, which was, "Something wonderful is always happening in Warner." So please come on down.
Thank you, Katharine. Nice to know that there is more than just books there. And don't forget the other fine businesses in Warner while doing your holiday shopping. When Yankee Chronicle returns, I'll be on the mountain at Ragged Mountain Resort for a look at what they have to offer. But first, these words from another good business that keeps our show coming to you.
This program is supported by MainStreet BookEnds of Warner. For books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. MainStreet BookEnds of Warner.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
I'm your host, Abby Peel. Welcome back to your Yankee Chronicle. Ragged Mountain Resort is one of our real jewels of skiing in the Lake Sunapee region. With 41 new snowmaking stick guns on the mountain, new haul rope on the Barnyard Triple, upgrades to both high-speed chairs, and their recently launched new website. Let's hear more from Kyle Matzke. And I'm super excited to be joined by the Director of Marketing here at Ragged Mountain, Kyle Matzke. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, thank you guys for being here with us today.
Thanks for having us. This is so fun to be here and to be able to be out here with you.
Our snowmaking team and mountain operations do just an outstanding job. The grooming is just as good as it gets. So typically you try to advertise in the marketing world to draw more and more people here, but
right.
And you know, when you're selling out on weekends, there's no need to really promote our product too much more.
And I'm now joined by Al Wickstrom, the Mountain Operations Manager, who knows a little bit about the snow conditions out there. Hi, Al.
Hi, how are you?
And tell us a little bit about your job as a whole. I think this is a very fascinating position at a mountain. So what are you in charge of as Mountain Operations Manager?
Mountain operations is essentially everything that's outside that way.
Okay.
Lifts, snowmaking, grooming, vehicle maintenance, ski patrol are kind of the meat and potatoes of mountain operations. Lifts is very intricate. Obviously, there's quite a bit of responsibility to keep the lifts turning, people hanging from the sky all the time.
Right.
Snowmaking, and
for sure.
but yeah, knowing when to make snow and when not to make snow, and how much to make and where, and to manage that surface after it's all pushed out, grooming, and then making sure that those groomers go and that they definitely break just like anything else.
Sure. And so then there's a lot of parts that come to your job too when unexpected things happen, I'm sure. I think the grooming aspect of mountains is so fascinating. So there's a lot that has to do with obviously Mother Nature and a certain go time, and then I'm sure there's a little bit of trying to decide, is it right to make snow right now? Should you do it at night versus the morning? Walk us through that process.
Well, the snow really is completely based on temperature, and what we use wet bulb, which is a relative humidity and real temperature or air temperature combination. And that wet bulb temperature will tell us in a forecast usually when we're going to make snow, how we're going to run, where we're going to run, what we're going to flow for water, all of that.
Interesting.
The grooming part of it, outside of pushing snow, essentially the race trails, some things that you want to be a little more firmer in the morning.
Right.
You know, those will get groomed a little earlier in the shift. The trails like your beginner area and things that you want a little bit softer, we groom those a little bit closer to opening.
Interesting. And so there are ever times that you think, okay, 2 days from now will be good to make snow, and then Mother Nature throws a curveball and all of a sudden you can't make snow?
Usually we can have a pretty good idea, you know, a day or two out, what exactly we're going to do with snowmaking. The weather is a game, and as you can see, the forecast a lot of times will actually get warmer and the snow amounts will get less the closer you get to that long-term forecast, which is a game that we're used to playing here. Yeah, usually we have a pretty good idea where we're going to make snow, how much we're going to flow, how much we're going to run, and how much we're going to make.
Interesting.
The hard part is being able to have a consistent schedule of making snow, not making snow, not making snow for a while, and then making snow for a while, and things like that. So snowmaking can be a bit inconsistent.
It sounds it. And then grooming, I think, is very fascinating too. Your groomers are starting at the end of the day and potentially going all night and then again in the morning?
Essentially, yeah. We have groomers that go out right after we close, and then we have groomers that are going out mid-shift or early in the morning to do essentially what we talked about with the beginner areas, or what else needs to be done in order to be open for that day.
Because you want that good corduroy.
That's right.
That's my kind of skiing. Well, really interesting to hear all about just the snowmaking here and all the operations that you're in charge of. There's a lot that's going on here. This is a great season. Anything else you're looking forward to this season at Ragged?
More snow. The forecast right now looks like it's actually pretty good.
Yep.
That's not always a guarantee, but hopefully we have some of our natural terrain open in the near future.
Alan Wickstrom, thanks so much for being here. It's so interesting to hear about your job.
Thank you.
Lots going on here at Ragged. So tell us about some of the things on the calendar here at Ragged.
Come March, we've got a lot of our traditional events, such as a bump and jump. We've got a couple terrain park events.
Fun.
We've got the USASA, a lot of slope style, freestyle events.
Really fun to come and watch, yeah. You know, when the snow melts, we don't want to talk about it too soon because we're in the thick of it right now, but Ragged is not just a winter operation. You do a lot of things in the summer and spring and fall, particularly weddings and events. Tell us about that for people watching, needing a place for an event.
Yeah, exactly. We have about 18 weddings in the books right now from spring through fall, so that's our predominant summer revenue. It's fantastic. We do group outings. We have a couple of group outings in the books for private parties that want to come and do an event here in our conference room and things. And summer operations are mainly built around capital improvements and maintaining the slopes and glading our terrain and things like that. So yeah, it's a great time of year for sure.
So let's talk a little bit about weddings, but if someone's watching and saying, What does it look like in a ski slope wedding? What do you offer here at Ragged?
Yeah, so we offer 3 different venues. We've got our meadows down low, kind of in the old golf course area.
Cool.
We've got a venue up here that kind of overlooks Village Green and up towards the mountain ski slopes. And then we've got our venue inside here with the large rustic barn and Elmwood Lodge that's pretty desirable. And most people really are quite fond of that.
Yeah.
So it's nice because you kind of take over the mountain. You know, you have a private party all to yourself and have an entire venue all to your own. So we have a tremendous F&B director. He does a great job and our food is fantastic.
Cool.
So it's kind of all inclusive and we're able to offer everything here in-house.
I think that's really amazing too, to be able to think, okay, I can come, all my friends and family can come, and you get the place to yourself. You're not worrying about someone else coming in and having a wedding the same day. Like, Ragged is yours to host your special party, and I'm sure that you get some really cool pictures too with Ragged being the background.
We sure do, yeah. There's beauty all around us.
I'm sure.
It's very photogenic.
Definitely. So what are the hopes for Ragged this season?
You know, we've had a great pattern of skier visits so far this season. You know, we've had record numbers. We've got a tremendous season pass base, and we just want to keep building on that. Through the holiday period, we had more visitors that were, you know, belonged to other mountains and wanted to come and explore something new and avoid the crowds.
Cool.
So we offer a unique setting here at Ragged, and it's we're doing really well by it. So, like I said, if we get a little help from Mother Nature, so everybody has some snow in their backyards, that would help out a lot. But our snowmaking team has been kicking butt, and the surface conditions are fantastic.
Amazing. And I think if anyone's New Year's resolution is to come and learn to ski or snowboard, this is the place to come do it. You have a great learning center.
We do, yes. We have what's called the BB Wood Learn to Ski and Ride for Free program. So you can come, you can take 3 different lessons. This is for first timers only, and you can learn to ski or snowboard. You get all your equipment, your lift ticket, and 2-hour lesson. We have 2 carpet lifts, surface lifts, and then a barnyard triple lift that is just very friendly terrain to learn on.
And a ride through a barn too, which I think is always the coolest thing. Yeah. Well, Kyle, always great to catch up with you. Thanks for hosting us every year. It's so fun to come here.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you. Thank you, Kyle. They're currently selling 4-packs for $279 until November 27th and $319 from November 28th through December 18th. If you haven't tried Ragged, now is the time. When we come back, Pastor Charles Glidewell will give us a few thoughts on the meaning of Thanksgiving. But first, these words from another local business that makes this show possible with their underwriting gifts. You too can join them by contacting us at info@ycnnow.com to learn more.
This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating.
We are strong and we'll get through this together, but these are stressful times. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, and know that you are not alone. Visit wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel. Thanksgiving kicks off our holiday season, but let's not forget the reason for today. Charles Glidewell is the pastor at New London's First Baptist Church and now joins us for his thoughts.
We're all familiar with the subject of gratitude. Many, if not all of us, were taught growing up to be thankful for the good things in our lives, and to be thankful for family and friends, for having food and shelter, for good health. Some of us even had the privilege of being thankful for the extras in our lives, things like an abundance of Christmas gifts, vacations. I know growing up in Texas, I was always thankful for my grandparents' big swimming pool, complete with a diving board and curved slide. The lakes aren't nearly as clear and cool there in Texas as they are here in New Hampshire. When we take some time to think about it and give it a little bit of thought, we all understand that no matter how bleak and hard life sometimes is, we can always find some things to be thankful for. Maybe you've seen or heard some of the ways that people have expressed the idea that gratitude is an attitude that has to be cultivated and intentionally practiced. Maybe you've come across some of the research that shows that giving thanks can actually make you a happier person. One finding is found in the title of a publication from Harvard Medical School. Giving thanks can make you happier. Well, this is another example of how the Bible expresses timeless wisdom. By one count, gratitude and thanksgiving are mentioned over 150 times in the Bible. In Colossians 3, it simply says, "Be thankful." But the call to thanksgiving that's given again and again in Scripture isn't merely just one more commandment that's given to us mere mortals here on earth. We're encouraged to give thanks in recognition of who God is and of all that He's done for us. A person who considers these things can't help but be thankful. Psalm 136 says, "Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good, and His love endures forever." And that's the message that I want you to hear today. And it's something that you can experience for yourself. The Lord is good, and He fills our lives with good things. God is love, and God loves you. There are no qualifications to that statement. God loves you, and He wants you to know the width and the length, the height and the depth of His love. That's something that you can experience, and it's unmistakable when you do. God is good, and He loves you. With those wonderful truths, we can begin Thanksgiving. From all of us here at the First Baptist Church in New London, we wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Charles, and thank you from everyone here at Yankee Chronicle and YCN. We want you to know how thankful we are for you, our viewers, and the underwriters that make our show possible. I'd like to tip my hat to Ledyard Bank and Wealth Management Services for hosting us for these next 4 weeks. As a locally owned and managed firm, their experts offer a personalized level of investment and wealth management services you won't find at large institutions. Next week, we'll get a rundown of all the holiday events coming up in Warner. And we will close with Megan Cardillo, who will tell us all about the New London Historical Society's Holiday Open House. Tune in to our Game of the Week this Sunday and Monday at noon and 7 p.m. This week, we replay the exciting Newport versus Somersworth regular season football game. You can find it on NCTV 8 and YCNnow.com. The next live game will feature a doubleheader featuring the boys and girls of Sunapee hosting Mount Royal on December 12th. Check out the program schedule at YCNnow.com for the most up-to-date information on games, Yankee Chronicles, and specials. Join us again next week around this same time for another round of the Who, What, Where, and When show of the Lake Sunapee region. A blessed Thanksgiving to you. I'm Abby Peel. Stay safe, everyone.
This program is supported by the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire, the Innertown Record. This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications. MainStreet BookEnds of Warner, for books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. MainStreet BookEnds of Warner. The Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire, the Innertown Record.